Okay, so preamble before I start talking about TGM. You may have heard about my crawl into puzzle games before, but maybe you haven't, so... There was already an NES in the house when I was... in family's house when I was super young because slightly older cousins. So I had exposure to it right when I was born, and one of those games with it was NES Tetris. I was fascinated by it. I tried it a lot. Never got too high a score compared to things you see in the classic Tetris championships or anything, but I enjoyed myself on it. Lid. White line. Anyway, I played a few more versions of Tetris after that, including one for the PlayStation, and then Tetris DS, where I went hard in on the multiplayer and ended up getting, like, on the leaderboards of on whatever site directly tracked Tetris DS, probably one of Nintendo sites. You had to be in, like, the top 100, and I was there, out of a DS game that sold pretty well. There was one time on the Wi-Fi duo mode that I went up against the person that was #1 on that leaderboard, and their online handle was TGM Erika. I had no idea who this was when I faced him. All I knew is that he destroyed me in a versus match. It turned out, I know now that that screen handle and that #1 person Tetris DS was the creator of the Tetris the Grandmaster series. Slight hang-up, a lot of pasta going on here. Parmesan spinach pesto. Duh. Derp. I should play Deltarune. I just need to find time when I'm not playing Gems of War or Zestiria. From Tetris DS, I didn't really play any more Tetris games because while the multiplayer action was pretty sweet, the single player was kind of repetitive. Like, it was pretty easy to play infinitely even at the highest speed setting the single player modes give you. Unless you're going for speed runs of it, you kind of hit the skill ceiling pretty fast. And in fact, that's by design of specific rules that the Tetris company gives to gives publishers to make any version of Tetris. They have to comply to specific guidelines. Those guidelines pretty much... How do I put this? It's basically a solved game. I didn't make any sides, which probably made this harder on myself. Mushrooms, Parmesan. Anyway, now that's over. I basically ignored Tetris for a long time. Up until whatever AGDQ event I think it was, where those Western players took all of the Tetris Grandmaster games to it for the first time, and I watched amazing things. I watched the streamer Kevin DDR, who did amazing on TGM3, and soon after that was the first player outside of Japan to ever reach the GM status in that game. I felt inspired. I wondered if there was a way even unofficially, that I could play that version of what he was playing. And there was. And I broadcasted it quite often. And after playing those modes for what has to be hundreds of hours at this point, I still feel like I'm incrementally improving at it. And it has a challenge that I never expected could be in a series like Tetris before. And I wanted to push myself more and more and promote this amazingly deep series, and the potential it had for skill caps out there. I still feel that getting more GMs is possible very soon, but we have now gotten to the current day, and yeah. So you may have watched that video I linked, but if you haven't, it basically says that that the publisher or the developer behind the TGM series, Eureka, is going to clamp down hard on its guidelines about how you are allowed to share its footage, which means that unless it has certain legal text and is not... It has to have certain legal text, and it has to be the actual cabinet arcade versions, and not emulators, not clones, or any of that. Which is difficult to prove sometimes, but whatever they say. basically any of those videos that don't qualify are going to be mass copyright struck at the start of 2019, according to sources that other people in the Tetris community cannot reveal for reasons, but are very trusted sources according to them. And I don't know about you, but I like my Twitch account and my YouTube account, and I kind of want to preserve the stuff on there. Yeah, let's go to the deep for more seafood stuff. My first annoyance is that if they dislike the clones and emulators so much, why aren't they taking more efforts to go after those makers directly? Why instead are they punishing the people that want to try and share to more people? Thanks for that, cat. People that legitimately want to share this kind of experience and this amazing game series, but they do not have the financial means to either fly to some location that has one of the arcade versions still running, almost all of which are in Japan, and maybe there's that one in Seattle, or buying arcade boards, which last I checked are several $100s for each one. So probably looking at a few $1,000 if you want the whole series in your home. I need to start this day. I'm getting the tilt, the malevolence, the whatever you want to call it, is rising here. If there was a console game priced way to support their stuff legally, I would get on that in a heartbeat. I would do that immediately. I'm not using the clone game because I have something against them. I'm doing it because I really liked them, and it's the only means I had of taking part in their stuff. But nope. My efforts to try and promote this great series mean nothing because it's not official. Citrus mayo. Oh, he ran the sides. Okay, we're good there. Duh. I probably messed that up, and I did. Dang it. The double whammy, what makes this even crueler, is that anybody that has more than 3 of these types of videos on YouTube, even if they're all the way back from 2006 or whatever, if you have more than 3 of those videos, and they do indeed do this massive copyright sweep, by YouTube's rules, your entire account, including all of the non-related videos, are all going to be eliminated. Possibly because you were broadcasting the actual TGM software, but you didn't include a hashtag TGM series in one corner of it. I can only imagine how enraging that might be for somebody with an old account that played on legit hardware and then my account is gone? What? Because they're gonna take down everything that doesn't meet their guidelines. Supposedly. Do you see where some of this is coming from now? I'm not just tilted for myself, I'm tilted for people that other people that really were trying their best to do the legitimate thing to promote the series. Even Kevin DDR is removing his entire Tetris-related content via both YouTube and Twitch. If he doesn't feel safe, when he has all of the actual games and just might not have some legalese text on them, oh hey, thanks for the follow. You chose an awkward time, but Thank you anyway. This is usually a positive stream, but I need to vent about this really badly. So, while it's been present on YouTube takedowns before, they haven't gone after Twitch videos, or live broadcasts, or VODs. And I would have probably left them up on my Twitch channel 6 months ago. However, there is a problem now. This account has earned affiliate status. That is a pretty cool thing for my Twitch account to have, and I really don't think I can take that low percent risk, whatever it might be, that they might come after those videos as well. Especially since Twitch and communication haven't always been great, and I have no idea whose side they may take. So, yeah. All of my Tetris content has been deleted from YouTube. All of it has been deleted from Twitch. They have been backed up. The videos are sitting on folders on my laptop right now. Where maybe I can upload my best achievements privately, but until I know more about these really annoying, totally out of touch Japanese guidelines, they're not going up publicly, and I am not taking the risk streaming any clone games of those anymore. Now, hopefully this doesn't change much for my streams in the long run, because I luckily have plenty of other material. I've made conscious efforts to have some variety in my speed puzzling. There's still going to be plenty of speed puzzling in the future, and if any new puzzle games come out there that I feel like running fast, let's go and run those fast. But as far as a new Falling Block game with innovative ideas on improving the Tetris formula, those can literally never happen. And it is because of the Tetris Company's guidelines that I mentioned earlier. They will not give the license to anybody. Not only do you have to pay a hefty fee, but you also have to narrowly comply with all of those rules that make Tetris a solved game and therefore very boring. Can you copyright mechanics and ideas? That seems like a gray area, but that's not what the Tetris Company thinks. You can have totally original assets, including graphics, sound, and music, but it doesn't matter because you're copying their system of falling blocks with some number of blocks attached. So there isn't even a chance for there to be anything like TGM in the future. Thanks for the tip. I was thinking about, I still have the option to play those TGM modes on the clone app privately. Do I even want to anymore? Is there a point? I might never be able to share it publicly. The one silver lining is that there are plenty of places, there are plenty of private spaces to post these things on the internet. I know not everybody has access to this, but my Facebook account is not viewable by the public. If I feel like continuing to play it off stream, which is not even guaranteed anymore, and I set some kind of new record on there, I will gladly upload it there. But that's about as far as I'd be able to reach it out to people I know that might care about my progress on it. So, last month, if you were looking for some kind of very challenging game series that you feel you can incrementally improve on bit by bit and play for a long time, my answer is now permanently different than it was maybe a month or two ago. I cannot recommend those TGM series anymore. It's just not accessible. You're taking too much of a risk just trying to share your accomplishments in it. If you want to play a game where you don't feel persecuted for the same kind of achievements, I recommend you play Cook Serve Delicious 2. It's got a great learning curve. There's several ways to play it casually if you don't feel like playing it the hardcore way. There's a great sense of achievement in slowly getting better at inputting more and more things as fast as possible. And the developer is probably super happy that I'm broadcasting his work right now, even if he does not know me. Even if I have not had a cooking match against him ever. And the main kicker is that if I want to put, if I want to post a perfect day of a really complicated shift in this game on my YouTube account, I can feel free to do so without gambling my entire damn YouTube account doing so. Anyway, we're cooking stuff. Let's continue cooking stuff. This grease sound is calming. Again, sorry about the lack of positivity in the stream today. I promise it will return quite soon. Is that the right fish? That was probably the wrong fish. Wrong fish. Oh well.